How have you processed the final play that you were involved in, obviously, in the Super Bowl since that day, James?
I just tried to move on from it, to be honest with you. Of course, I didn't feel good about the play because at the end of the day, I committed a foul, and the foul was called, and it pretty much it didn't give our offense a chance to get on the field, and that didn't really settle in until after the game, and I actually thought about it, and then it kind of made me a little bit more mad or angry with myself. But at the end of the day, you just got to move on from it because that's how football works,
And I appreciate you, coming on this show and giving me, the time to bring it up again. And I'm sure it's something that you definitely want to move on from. But I was, taken aback as to how honest you were after the game. And are you aware of how you helped the process, along in a way? There's still so many fans upset there was a flag called. But you, after the game, saying it was a foul, that was a penalty, certainly, I think, took the game off the griddle for some, where all we were talking about was the penalty, James. Why were you so honest about it, is basically the way I'm asking.
At the time, when the play ended, the ball was thrown, I thought I think I gave like a little incomplete wave, and I turned around, and I saw the flag on the ground. And then I instantly looked up at the Jumbotron, and then they showed the side angle where, you could see I grabbed his jersey. And that's all I needed for myself, really. I knew what they called the flag on. I saw it. And then, at that point, no matter what I say to the ref, he's not going to change the call. And that's why I wanted to just jump ahead of it after the game and just be upfront about it, because I could deny it and blame it on the ref and say you shouldn't have called it in that moment, but I did, so I can't really debate it.
Well, and I don't know if you follow college basketball, James, and I don't know if you were watching at all the game between San Diego State and Creighton on Sunday, where there was a foul called with 1 second left that put San Diego State at the line, and they wound up winning by 1, and it's kind of brought up the conversation again nationally as to whether a foul or a penalty, in case of the NFL, should be called in the final seconds of a crucial contest. Obviously, the Super Bowl is the ultimate for the NFL, and this was an Elite Eight game in the college basketball men's tournament. But what is your sense on when a foul should be called, if whistles should be swallowed, James Bradberry?
To be honest with you, I'm hoping a PI call never gets called on the defender anytime of the game. I feel like the flag should be thrown is only on the offense as far as OPI when they push off. Because, the game is pretty much safe for them to win at the end of the day. So, it shouldn't be hard for you to get open and whatnot, and you shouldn't be pushing off. But they could probably make the same debate on their side. And so, a flag should be called anytime it's committed. And it's up to the discretion of the ref at the end of the day, because he's the one that's got to throw the flag, and he's the one that's got to make that judgment call.
And last one for you on this. Have you heard from people to say you shouldn't have been so honest after the game? You should have said there shouldn't have been a flag called, that we were robbed? Have you heard from anybody saying that that's the approach you should have taken, James?
I keep it short and say yes. But at the same time, those people are kind of looking at it from the gray area side of it, as far as when you should throw a flag and when you shouldn't throw a flag. But I think it's also been people on the other side that's been you did commit that foul. And of course, then they also say maybe they wouldn't have called it, but at the end of the day, you did commit a foul. So I've heard both sides.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.